Yes, guys, we are finally back again for another reaction on this here BrBpTV. Be real, be positive television, brothers and sisters. I won't be dropping a reaction on the Mr. Leaks reaction, guys. But of course, if you want to, you can definitely check out the previous reactions I did on that channel. With that said, guys, welcome to each and every one of you guys. I'm your boy Mr. Leaks. Let us get into the vibrations for today right there. Now, guys, I know you guys remember the whole scenario involving the birth certificates. And I think it in a few days from now, the birth certificates will move from $5 to $20. This is one of the reasons why I encourage individuals to go out there and actually get your birth certificate, laminate that bastard, and make sure you store it in the proper place, because to pay $20 for which you have a birthright too, just to prove you actually born in a country, brothers and sisters, you have to then pay $20. They should make that free. Now I understand on the case that some people might want to take your birth certificate and do strange things. You never know. Human beings are interesting creatures, so maybe that's the reason why they put the cost right there. But I don't think they have any indication. It's not that hard to pay $5 to go and get a birth certificate, brothers and sisters. You can pretty much get anybody birth certificate once you know the. Anyways, let me not say much on that, but I'm just saying, brothers and sisters, maybe they made it a little harder. That's why they put a price on it. I really don't get it right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, as you can clearly see right there in this photo, I think this photo was circulating all over social media. The rush to beat the price, brothers and sisters, $20, $15 increase for the birth certificate, marriage certificate, death certificate, and of course a number of other things right there, I'm guessing has begun. Well, I don't think a number of sort of other things. There's birth, marriage, and the passing certificates right there for $5. They're increasing it, and a number of persons are there to definitely go and get their birth certificate, which makes sense. I always tell people, go and get your stuff. Don't wait last minute for you to go and get your stuff right there. And of course, Dominican Breaking News was the one who brought this to the forefront. Anyways, brothers and sisters, like I said before, we're going to be talking about the Matthew Walters saga. Episode 3, I think he has 4 episodes in that regard, but we're going to get to episode 3 finally right there, brothers and sisters. And of course, he states, I speak the lie. No, I speak the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me the Most High. Jehovah Jireh, episode 3, misconceptions. Of course, Walters is saying, permit me to clarify some misconceptions. Not the truth, but misconceptions that a number of persons seem to be having. Misconceptions being propagated by the pawns and operatives of the wickedness of the new scary party NSP. Yes, I've been saying this. This is not the first time, guys. I'm not surprised that a number of persons are recognized. This is no longer the Labour Party. It is that of the scary party. I call individuals scary tights. These are scary tights out there. And of course, Labour individuals are roped in that very thing. I mean, Skerrit himself said he's not a Labourite. He's a Freedomite. But I guess since the Freedom Party kind of died down, he's the new head of the Freedom Party, the scary tight party. A combination of the Labour Party and the Freedom Party has brought in the ushering of the scary tight parties, man. Anyways, new scary party, NSP. Before I make public the next thought-provoking episode, he said, number 1, sour grapes. What is this sour grapes? Comrades. Sorry about that, guys. My screen just went a little haywire there. Anyways, comrades, I have absolutely no intentions at all. That's what Walters is saying, to renew my contractual engagement with the government of the Nature Island of the Caribbean, Dominica. That's what he's saying, not Dominican Republic. Okay, this information was already intimated in advance. So I guess it was, put forward already in advance to the government secretary, Reginald Austri. A fraction of the students' body. Oh, that's the amount. Okay, so the information was pretty much sent to Reginald Austri, a fraction of the student body, the staff, the comma should have been there, the staff of the Embassy of Dominica in Cuba, and some close colleagues in the diplomatic community in Havana, Cuba. My decision was not to request a renewal of contract, was based on the following grounds, brothers and sisters. So we have one day sour grapes, so we have another one day. All right, we'll see how that goes. Anyways, brothers and sisters, we're just reading. To return to Dominica with my wife, who could not cope with the Cuban environment due to her recent diagnosis. Isn't they talking about recent diagnosis? Doesn't Cuba have one of the world's best medical attention or doctors? I don't know. Anyways, let me leave that alone. The dismal state of the Cuban economy, with an inflation rate exceeding 26%. Yes, as a result of them opening up bit by bit and things happening. I've been hearing a number of students saying the very same thing, that things are getting a bit more expensive in Cuba. Okay, so I'm guessing that is as a result of it right there. But I think it should be able to adapt to Dominica. Do you get paid in the Cuban currency, or do you get paid US currency? I don't know. Anyways, we're leaving that alone, brothers and sisters. The poor financial state of the Embassy of Dominica in Cuba. Of course, this is where Ian is about to go. So he's about to go in the poor financial state of the embassy. But wait a while, Ian is not. Isn't Ian the one going to become the embassy, Dominican ambassador to Cuba? So if they already had pushed this, well, he said he sent his thing already. That's probably why that they gave Ian that job. I know Scary doesn't really fancy Ian, from my understanding. Well, not from my understanding. I think a lot of persons know this right there. He don't like Ian at all. But of course, they'll use Ian for their thing, because apparently they tried to throw Ian to the bus, to the wolves. They tried to throw him away to the wolves when they had the whole thing in Cotton Hill. On their whole, what they call that, Promiseville or whatever they call it. Apparently Promiseville don't promise to nobody, because nobody will own nothing there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, the poor financial state of the Embassy of Dominica in Cuba, which was left on my shoulders to be single-handedly financed. So I'm guessing that means he had to finance it himself, and that was the reason why he should go. Why should I finance it? Not the government that's supposed to. Why should I? And then I get him paid to use my money to fight. Nonsense. So that would make sense. Right there, when the government failed to provide financial resources on a timely basis over a 4-month period. I spent 3 years under such situation, and hence, so a 4-month period, 3 years within that time, that's a lot of months right there. 3 years under the situation, and hence could not bear the burden of responsibility any longer. My contract was due to retire on my contract was pretty much due to retire on May 31st, 2023, right there. So he's giving this long drought. Oh, okay, so I get the point now. So this is sour grapes. That was sour grapes continue for this section, and now we have number 2. Loss of ambassador's remuneration. Before he traveled, Walters is speaking, stating that before he traveled to Cuba to assume the office of ambassadorship to Cuba, obviously, he was financially free. Thank God he's steady for that. Thank God. He apparently achieved such milestone at the age of 59 when he retired from active politics, or from active politics right there. So apparently, I guess during the time when he was a politician, active in politics, he was able to amass certain wealth. Obviously, the people have to then take care of the politicians out there, which of course is what's happening with all the ministers. The people have to take care of, for taxes and whatever. They have to take care of the politicians. So I'm guessing he saved up his money as a result of this. And at the age of 59, he was able to retire from active politics. Right there, he ensured that his debts were fully paid off, brothers and sisters, which kind of reminds me of a particular Mr. Speaker of the House. I heard that this Mr. Speaker of the House had a number of debts, and the economy wasn't doing too well and what have you, because of the very people that he joined. They were the ones in charge of the economy, but he joined them because So I'm guessing that's probably why he ended up joining them, maybe because his debts were not paid off, and it was at a large amount from my understanding, and maybe they decided, hey, if you join our team, we'll help you. And I'm thinking, based off how he's acting right now, it seems like they have him by the ball socket. The scrotum. They have him by the scrotum, brothers and sisters, because maybe they are paying off the debts bit by bit for him. And as a result, his debts is not fully paid off, so he still has to remain loyal to them so that they can pay off his debts. Remember, these people who are paying off his alleged debts, brothers and sisters, are the very ones that caused the economy to fail. So he joined them to help. That is a very interesting one right there. But Walters is stating that he paid off his debts fully, brothers and sisters, thus resulting in his celebration today of such sterling accomplishment. Our current incomes are more than enough to enable us to enjoy a comfortable standard of living. They are living with the living wages, whereas most Dominicans have a salary. There's a difference between having a salary for survival and living wages, not just for survival, but to properly live. To put things in place for your family so you can save up, so they can get something in the future, or even saving up to get yourself some nice trip or extra things that you might not need, but want. When you get a salary, is to meet your needs. When you get living wages, is to meet your needs and your wants. There's a huge difference. So, of course, this is what he's speaking about right there. So he cleared off his debts. He had a living wage to live a comfortable standard of living, and therefore he's saying to his friends, feel comforted by the fact that Matthew and Maduro's house is in perfect order. So it's in perfect order now. They cannot do anything to, hey, you have loans to pay in your house or nothing like that. So we're going to, put thing on you. He's free. Seems like he's free from all of this struggle that apparently the Mr. Speaker of the House might still be in. So that is another situation right there. So he's saying, feel comfortable, my brothers and sisters, my friends, my relatives, whoever you are, that Matthew and Maduro's house is in perfect order. Now stop the bickering and put Labour House in order. Well, it's no longer Labour House, Mr. Walters. I told you already that you guys are the ones who caused Labour to be in the predicament that it is in today, because you stayed quiet for so long and I expect your magic to work. It doesn't work like that, but of course, better late than never. Reciprocity, brothers and sisters, is number 3. So we had the first one being sour grapes, then loss of ambassadors' monies or remuneration. And then we have the third one, reciprocity. A few of the new scared party pawns alluded to the speculation that I had received an abundance of favors from the government. Consequently, I give nothing in return. Now, brothers and sisters, when it comes down to the ministers of government, I tend to wonder what on earth are they there for? Because they're either doing things for themselves or they're doing little things in the community to make you think that they're doing something. For example, putting a tennis court in Portsmouth Benjamin Park. Nothing wrong with that, that's nice. But how does that elevate the people? I don't know much people playing tennis, not to say that there's not much people playing tennis in Dominica, but I mean, it's a good activity, but I think we are looking at the wrong things. You're trying to set up a tennis, whereas the little ones or the younger ones growing up into adulthood cannot get jobs. So what you want them to do when they get 18 and 19 years old, to go and play tennis? Is that the direction that we're looking at? So you see the breadcrumbs that I'm talking about, brothers and sisters? Setting up little things in the area to make you think that things are happening when it has no actual benefit for the people right there. No, hey, young people can go and play their tennis. That's great. We can all go and play tennis. That's nice. But how does that benefit us in the future? How? I don't know. You can help me out there, brothers and sisters, because I don't know in that regard. So he stated right there, he gave. They are saying he gave nothing in return. I don't think officials, government officials, the people in ministerial capacities give nothing. Even Skerrit came out and said he was the one preventing the ministers from doing things in the constituency. He said that on stage. It was previously, I think he then blamed the ministers for not doing nothing, and then he came on stage again and said it is his fault. No, at the flip, it was him saying he didn't give the ministers he prevented the ministers from doing things in the community, and then later on came and blamed the ministers. I actually reacted to that when he stated that very thing right there, showing the two disparities in this regard. Anyways, it's therefore incumbent on him, Mr. Walter is stating, to debunk those lies perpetrated by the National Skerrit Party or the new Skerrit Party operatives. Yes, this is Skerrit Party. These have nothing to do with Labour. Roosevelt, Douglas, them and all the others are literally doing long run in their grave, saying, get me out of here, I need to come back to rescue my people. But if the people, there's a song from this rapper guy, it's light skinned, his hair is kind of like that. I'm seeing his face, man. But anyways, he stated in his song, she don't want to be saved, don't save her. Dominica doesn't want to apparently be saved, don't save it. That's probably what their thought process in the government is like. Hey, they're not making noise, they're letting us do what we want to do. Why should we try to do anything out or counterproductive to our benefit? We are here to do things for ourselves. Anyways, brothers and sisters, let me continue right there. So it's therefore incumbent on me to debunk the lies perpetrated by the NSP operatives from the inception of the DLP party entries into government. Caucus decided for all parliamentary representatives to contribute $100 per month to the DLP account. I paid an aggregate for 5 years, 2000-2005. That's about $6,000 right there, $100. You know, so guys, I can help you guys understand a little about saving. You know, if you save $100 a month in 5 years, you'll have $6,000 right there. If you save $200, you'll be able to have about what? 12,000. 12,000. Yes. All right. Okay, so he's continuing right there. When Roosevelt became prime minister, the amount was it was elevated to $500 a month. Why? Why was it elevated $500 a month when you cannot even elevate the salaries? The people want their salaries not to be elevated. Anyways, I unhesitatingly contributed. Mr. Walters, I don't know why you're always using this kind of, you should make it easier. I try my best to break down words for people so that everybody can understand. But when using big words, without hesitation, he contributed without any hindrance, without any thought to this. He then contributed this amount from 2005 to 2014. That is a 9 years of $500 a month. Brothers and sisters, you can do the mathematics. Hence, in total for this period, I paid to the DLP coffers through salary deductions an amount of $54,000 right there. So Scary came and changed it. You know, I guess he gets the people getting more money. So hey, $500 from your month. Some people don't even make $500 a month in Dominica, but they were freely able to give $500 a month, thus giving $54,000 in that regard right there. On top of that, post every general election, the party left me with a transportation bill averaging $32,000. So that's 54 plus 32, that is $86,000. Well, okay, that's a bit different. Anyways, I was looking at it from the year point of view, but this is $54,000 for 9 years. So, okay, all right then. But it's still $86,000. You know, money that has just gone, not to help you, but just gone outside there right now. But I thought the individuals who giving them government transports, because I think he had a government transport. He had a red vehicle. Was that a government transport or his personal transport? When he used to go back and forth, we used to bomb ride on Walters and go home from college. Anyways, I contested 3 elections during this period. You see what I'm talking about? This period, amortizing loans in an aggregate of $96,000. So I'm guessing he was compiling a loan in the amount of $96,000, which was supposed to be paid by the political leader. Interesting. Moreover, during my 6 years, so you say $96,000 was supposed to be paid by the political leader. Interesting. Piling up loans in the amount of $96,000. I contested 3 elections during this period, building up loans in aggregate of $96,000, which was supposed to be paid by the political leader. I'm confused as to who's supposed to be paying. Did you pay the $96,000 for the 3 elections? Or I'm thinking maybe they took loans during the 3 elections for his constituency, which was in the amount of $96,000, which was supposed to be paid but by the political leader, but was not paid by the political leader, so he had to be the one who had to bear these loans. Interesting. Anyways, I could be wrong, guys. Let me know that in the comment box below. I'm just trying to understand what he's saying right there. Moreover, during my 6 years in Cuba, I donated $25,000 dry cash. But you only making plenty money, boy, just to be donating money like that, boy. What? $96,000, $54,000, $32,000, but all you have money too. Well, you're doing well in that government there, boy. Yes, man. So anyways, he said he donated $25,000 dry cash hand delivered to the Prime Minister to deposit into the DLP's account. So that means Mr. Walters had a little money here and there, no doubt about it. But you can just donate $25,000 to a party that, doesn't really exist. It's a scary party, but scary take your money now, no? You don't take your money now, no? Anyways, in 2019 election, the Prime Minister delegated the Wesley constituency in my care without a penny, with a stingy candidate, a stingy candidate. Who was that? Anyways, I don't know who is that. Or you can tell me who was that. I spent over 5,000 of my personal monies during the campaign. I excluded the period between 1995 to 2000, a grueling period of sacrifice which I remained indelible on my mind, which has been indebted or have been imprinted in his mind, which stayed in his mind or has stayed on his mind right there. So, comrades, the above revelation, comrades, the above revelation in a nutshell, excluding the valuation of personal constituency contribution, should be more than enough evidence to substantiate that I am not a fly-by-night laborite or one who waits outside the gates of the government headquarters with a basket. Hey, look, me collecting grapes, man. Not grapes, but goodies from politicians and ministers. All right then. I have always been an independent person and thinker. Not always, no. So I can't say that. You might have been, but you were quiet. Maybe saying that in the privacies of your privacy and independence, saying, hey, what he's doing sucks and whatnot. But when it comes on to public, people staying quiet. I've noticed this. I've noticed this in the Scarred Party. Number of persons seeing the chaos that's going on. Some of them will meet me and tell me things. Off the record, they know they trust me and whatnot. Off the record, they will tell me things, but they will go back on stage and stay quiet. It is not my duty to expose people, brothers and sisters. It is the people who need to do what needs to be done. And if you constantly let people bamboozle you, that is your business. Because the same way you don't care, they don't have to care about you, even though they are supposed to. But you are supposed to hold them accountable. You are supposed to hold them accountable, and if they're not doing the things that they say they should be doing, and you sit down there watching them just go year by year by year, just lying for you over and over. Well, what can I say? Anyways, where was I? So garments of revelation, blah blah constitution, blah blah. My night liberator, so he's not a fly in the wall. I have always been an independent person and a thinker. Hence the reason why Roosevelt Scared abhors me. He doesn't like me, and you don't like Ian neither. You don't like Ian. He really doesn't like Ian at all. He tried to get Ian kicked out already, and Ian decided, you know what, let me go back and meet my people and let's rally together and whatnot. I was there telling Ian, hey Ian. But I wasn't surprised when he went back here, because I mean, people have to think about themselves. And if the people don't think about themselves as a unit, what do you expect? Everybody wants their own thing for themselves, and I'm sure that's what Ian most likely did. No, I think he has a house and what have you. That's not my business. Anyways, I have always been an independent thinker. He said it. I need to summarize with the fact that I am one of the few politicians in Dominica's political history who attained a consistent increase in votes for 4 consecutive terms after winning the Paybush constituency from the Dominica Freedom Party. Those who have eyes will see, and those who have ears will hear. Who hear, who do ya. Now, it's very nice that you say and you have your political, your thought process and whatnot, brothers and sisters, especially Mr. Walters, you have your own. But how does that help? I know you're trying to say, let's bring back the Labour Party. Yes, because you're checking Labour Party is no more. It's no Scared Party, which means Labour Party doesn't exist. So if it doesn't exist now, you're trying to revamp a dead horse. And if you try to revamp a dead horse and not focus on the actual economy or the country, then what do you think is going to happen? There's a culture in Dominica right now where the people are in need of stuff. So they constantly go to the Prime Minister and the officials to get stuff. And when they get stuff, they feel like they have to be loyal, don't realizing that it's their own money that they're taking to give to them. You pay taxes and whatnot, they give you back your money. And you think the people love you so much, they're using your money to control you. It's like me taking my bank account and then using my money to control, me taking your bank account money and using your bank account to control you, even though it's your money I use it. Sometimes you have to wake up, brothers and sisters. So I understand he's trying to revive the party and, talk about these different things, episode 3, which is understandable, but at the same time, is it late? That is the question I have to ask. Is it too late right now? And when you took it from the understanding of Roosevelt Douglas, not Roosevelt Scarrett. You took the Paybush constituency with the thought process of what Roosevelt Douglas represented. What Roosevelt Scarrett represent now is a completely different thing. Completely different. To sell out his own countrymen That is something else, eh? Well, guys, what are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts? I should say countrymen, but the birthright, which of course is in direct relation to the countrymen. Anyways, guys, what are your thoughts, man, on this letter right there? Give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notification. But before I get into that, guys, I must play this.
They can go hungry in this land, food is plenty, cause the country nice, boy. The country nice. And if some don't want to work, they will survive the energy. Well, son, daddy, son, people broke and can buy a rum.
Oh, you man. Hey, country nice, eh?
The country nice.
Country nice, boy.
People broke and can buy a rum, cause daddy, son, people broke and can buy a rum, cause the country nice, boy. The country nice.
Nice. Anyways, guys, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on that post notification for you to get more videos as they tend to come for you. You'll be notified once you click subscribe and you click the bell and then you click all. With that said, guys, be real. Remember, guys, I have to tell you, remember. Sometimes you don't remember to be real. Look at what is taking place around us, brothers and sisters, and see what it is for what it is. Objective reality. Throw away your feelings. Throw them to the side. It's not children you're raising. Throw them to the side. It's the economy. Objective reality should be the key here, not your feelings. And make a forward movement with that. Ready. Anyways, guys, be real. With the most high help as always, guys. Be positive and definitely stay prayed up.